Hello, hi, good evening, Aruna, Kamran, Asma, hi, you there, right?
Hi, good evening.
Yes, hi, sorry, sorry, I was on tour actually, that's why I could not take last previous classes.
Yeah,
Okay, so,
I was
yeah, do you, how is it? Everything is okay, right? We can
yes.
start the session, right?
Yes.
Okay, so before that, I just wanted to ask you about you have the access to the server?
Yes, I have. I. It is connected now. I do have the server access now. Okay,
Okay,
so
great, okay, fine.
and it's working and it's good, but it's just I don't know what to do.
That's okay. Let me also find out, they sent me a server connection details, I don't know. But let
I,
me
I
just get
I
into,
forwarded that to you. I got the email and I forwarded that to you, and it's
you
working.
were, okay, the same one, right?
Yes, it's working.
It's working, right? What is the, is this one? The IP is this
Hello.
one? That's okay. Let me just use
Yes.
my own one and try for the moment.
902.
Uh,
You want the IP address of that server?
okay. No, that's okay. Let me just use the one that I have right now, so that we don't waste the time. So you remember, I think last class we discussed about the attribute view creation and everything. Except we just have to create. Except that all the discussion is over in terms of how to create, what types of attribute views, and hi Asma. You can't hear me. Asma can hear me? No. I guess.
I think she,
Is it on?
her microphone is off. She has to check her microphone because I can hear you.
Oh yeah, I think the problem is at Asma side. Please do something there, Asma. Probably sound settings, or restart your go to meeting session or anything. No, I think she was not there in the last session to actually see this attribute view also, I guess.
I can hear you. I just sent her a note on the chat
Can hear
that
me.
check her microphone.
Okay. You can also hear Asma. Asma, you can neither hear Asma, right?
I can hear you. I mean, it's fine. I mean, if I can hear you, they can also hear. They should also be able to hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, so I go ahead. That's what I just go ahead, yeah. Okay. See, we discussed about, just wanted to recap, we discussed about these things, in particular the types of the attributes
Mm-hmm.
inside the view, which are simple, calculate, and local. We discussed all this, and we discussed
Yes.
the types of the measures also. These are
Yes.
very important because we're going to face them inside the HANA Studio. So we discussed about the attribute view itself, one of the fundamental view. I mean, the very simple view that we can create inside the HANA Studio is attribute view, the
Mm-hmm.
tiniest view. Yeah, this is attribute view can be created with the help of master data tables. Here are the master data tables. And then we use joins. We also discussed about joins, or the types of joins that we have. The
Mm-hmm.
idea of creating attribute, attribute view is first of all, it is a basic fundamental view. It's a structure can be created from the master data table structures with the help of joins. Let's see how we can do that, at least in the HANA Studio. So, and then we also discussed about the types of attribute views that we have: standard type, the time type, and the derived type. The other one is copy from. Of course, that's not really a type. The copy from is something that you use if you want to modify any existing attribute view, or if you want to make another attribute view from the existing attribute view. You will use the copy from. Yeah, I think all these are okay, right?
Yes.
Right. So let's just go and I'll try to show you how to do attribute view first of all. So I'm just getting into the HANA Studio like this. Your IP thing is also looks the same way, right? You log on to the Windows,
yes,
and you see the HANA Studio. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I still did not check that IP. I'll check off this class probably.
Hello sir, good morning. How are you?
Hi sir. Hi Kamran sir. Hi. Thank you sir. I'm fine sir. You can see my screen, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Whether all of you are able to log into the HANA Studio at this moment. What you do is just log into the HANA Studio right now, and you have this system here. You also log into the system, saying that just right-click, log on, and then give the password, and make sure that your session is up. Right? It should show like this. It should show your HANA database, host name, which is SAPHAN for me, and the all services are started. Everything is up. It's like this. You have like this, Aruna. So that I can show you at least 1 2 examples you'll be doing with how to create attribute view. First of all, the other things you do not worry at this moment, because we only try to learn attribute view at the moment. And then after we'll be learning analytical view, calculation views, all this, the right side, whatever you're seeing here, all the quick view shortcuts, and then data provisioning security. All these we'll be seeing one by one. But the first fundamental thing is you just create, right click here, and then create new package. You create your own package. Let's say Aruna. Okay, what is a package? First of all, if you create package, you get like this. Like Veera, I have a package, right? Like that, I want you to create package.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think we should change the screen layout, because it's very small. I mean, I can't, it just look like there are some scattered things on the screen and I can't read anything.
Oh, my screen, you're not able to look at it, right?
I can look at it, but the thing is that very, very tiny.
You cannot see here what is happening here, yeah?
No, I can see. Okay, cool. I close the chat box. Okay, so.
Okay, so the problem is a resolution problem.
Yeah, because that chat box pops up on the side and the screen shrinks. So I can't see anything. You literally cannot read anything. So I don't need the chat box. I closed it. At least I can see now.
Yeah. Because what you do is, I want you to create at least first 2 things. One is the schema, and the other one is a catalog. These 2 are important. Hope you remember, right? What is schema? What is a catalog? Can you just remind me? Because very fundamentally, you need to have one schema, one catalog right now for you to do this. So, what is a schema and what is a catalog? Sorry, not catalog. The other one is the package, the schema and the package.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like this. One more time, just to let you know. We have something called first the catalog, which is this. Do you see? We actually have 4 subdivisions in the HANA database. Of course, we have a database backup also. Let's not worry about it. That's only administration thing. We don't see actually how to take backup and all. That's the admin postings. We will only see about these 4, which is a catalog, which is a content, provisioning, and security. We learn all this. So inside the catalog, you have something called schema. First is the catalog. Okay, and then you have something called schema, you know. And then inside the schema, you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have all physical objects. Such as tables. Yeah, this is what how it works. So first, try to create a schema. Okay. Let's say if this is HANA database. And I can just draw like this. 4 things. The first one is this. Yeah, and then second one is basically the package.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember this, you know, how this hierarchy and structure looks like. And then we have the similar one here, which is I think this one is content, I'm sorry. Sorry, this one is first one is a content, right? Sorry. This one is a content. And this one is a package. And then you have the other one is a view. The last one is actually we have views. So now you tell me if I want to, what is the schema now? What is the schema? You remember? I can't hear you. Are you talking? Come on, Nani?
So yes sir, I am starting my server.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
server is not working.
It is working, Kamran.
Sorry?
It is working. I got connected.
Did you?
Yeah, there is, see how to connect. It's at the bottom of the email.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, the server is not connecting. I do not know why.
I'm still connected.
Okay, can you
You want me to
share
share
your
my
screen?
screen? I can share my screen.
Can you? Okay, try.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Mm-hmm.
Because in the beginning, it's fundamentally you have to make sure that you can get to the basic point of connecting and creating the
Actually, if I will share
packages.
my screen, then I will become the presenter.
That's okay. Still, I can talk to you, right? That's okay for the moment.
I cannot connect now. It is blocked for me. Because when I click
Okay,
on nothing
sir.
is happening.
Sir, Kamranali, what stage you have a problem? Did you give IP and username password in MSDS?
Sir, I basically know how to operate it, and I did before, but currently it is not opening. I do not know why.
What is the error? Any message it is saying?
Wait, sir, I am doing again.
Yeah. So for the moment, just want to tell you, this is the schema here. What we try to do is this schema we try to create one for everybody, because here we bring all the physical objects. We try to bring tables from the SAP system or from some other sources, or from like Excel files, like last time Aruna was telling how to bring Excel files also, anything. See, first of all, you need to have, everybody need to have their own schema for us to work on all these views. And so you just create schema by using create schema and then schema name. So it will just create for you. For example, you just go to this SQL editor, see open SQL console for selected system. This is something that you have to do, and you have to say just create schema. This is the first thing, and then you say like Aruna schema or anything, and you just say execute this, and then it shows error. I cannot have it. Oh, Aruna, somebody is there already. So I put Aruna 2, and then I say execute. See, successfully executed in, in so on, so milliseconds and microseconds, and then rows affected is 0. I mean, obviously there are nothing rows. We only have the schema. The schema name is Aruna 2. So the schema will be able to see in this catalog folder, right? Because the schema is going to exist inside the catalog. So you can actually go here and refresh here, and if you want to see Aruna, I just want to, unfilter this so that I can go and see all the schemas which are available in this, and I press A here, I go to Aruna. So I just try to go to, or I can also filter to Aruna.
URL भेजा है क्या भेजा है मुझे नहीं पता.
Please, sir,
वो
you
कह
were
रहे
saying something. I can hear you. I
थे
can hear
स्काइप
you.
पे आपने फोन नहीं उठाया जब उन्होंने फोन किया था आपको. अच्छा ओके
Sir.
ठीक है. Hello sir.
Yes, sir. Please.
Sir, can you guide me that just I open the screen, so how I have to start, because just I have one H HANA icon on my left and the system
Yeah.
is, no, yes, after that what I have to do?
Try to right click and log into that. Did you log into the system?
Yes, I am logged.
Okay, then you see all these four folders, right? Catalog, content,
Sir, I
programming, and
cannot
security.
see this folder. I am just looking the first icon, SCB HANA.
Yeah,
That's what-
double
that
click
means-
on that and then put the
Yeah.
username and password.
Exactly. You have to still log in. If you're not seeing this, you still did not log on to your session here.
Double click on that
Okay.
and now you will see that username and password screen.
So password, same password which I use over there?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know. You don't have right now. Your screen is gone, right?
No. Wait a minute, let me check again. When I click on that, it says negotiating credentials, because that was only for me. So it says you are connecting to RDP host, and then the IP address is there. A certificate in the chain was expired at the time of verification. Your connection might not be secure. Do you want to continue? If I say continue, it says not connected. Now just saying connecting to, oh, it is connecting, I think.
Sir, my is discontinue.
So because I got connected, because for that, username and password, only one, but now it is changed.
See, I think you have your own credentials to log on to the server, don't you?
Sir?
Do not use the same one.
No, sir. It
No,
was.
do not use the same. Yeah, okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, but the thing is that it was like HANA 2 and Welcome 543, but now it says server name is HANA and the password is not working now. The password Welcome 543 is not working.
Sir?
Okay. So, okay, one thing we will do, let me just show you something here. Probably I will also talk to the training organizers and give you the right credentials for this class. Let me just show you how to create things, okay? You just follow me so that you can create.
Sir? Sir, my advice is, that we will take the credential in morning, because right now it's not possible. So you just show us from the start. So once we will get, so we will follow your technique.
Okay. So what you do is you just create one scheme of results.
Sir, once I will open it, then show me that how it will work out, please.
No, you have to log on to your session like this. You just right now it's a log off, right? Let me log on. It'll be like this, okay? It'll be like this. It is an inactive situation. If it is an inactive situation, you have to right click and then log on, like this. And then you have to give your username and password here, which normally the username and password are existing in this, let's say, like there's one folder here you have to find out in the desktop. You have all the, credentials of, respective systems here. The first thing is your credentials to log on to the system. After the system will have its own credentials for, each server and other connections that you may do it. So you have to browse this and see all this. And you use these passwords and, credentials and all this at times when you want to connect to such all these servers. So the first thing here is you can see HANA details, which is right now for me I'm showing some other system anyway. I'll see our own system. Maybe I'll be getting the details also today or tomorrow. So the host name is SAP HANA, and the instance number is 00, port number. These all are configured for you. You can just use it. All you have to do is just the password. Remember that. And then use the same password here. Right click, log on, same password. Press enter. That's it. The moment you are inside, it shows the green here. That means it's up. You take your cursor and keep it and leave it there, and then it'll just come up with host name and all that. The moment it's not coming up, because my server is also slow. Otherwise, it'll just show you host name, instance number, and up all the services are running or something like that. It'll show. But anyway, it is just running because this green button shows the same thing. And you have here 4 folders. The first, initially, we focus on these 2 folders in the moment in the modeling, because the catalog is the one that it'll have all your physical tables. You can create physical tables, or you can bring these tables from the other system, SAP system, and you can copy from the others also to some of the tables, because you may want to create some models and test something on this. So here in the catalog we have all the schemas. If I unfilter this, you will actually see the schemas. So I'm unfiltering this right now. You see all these are the schemas. All these are the schemas. So what you can do in the first step is you can just create one schema, and then you can just see how it works. This is all these are the schemas. Okay. So the next step would be, the first step, you just create a schema, like create schema, Kamran or whatever, and then you just give the name and your schema is ready. So your schema essentially is a container of all your physical objects. It is a mini database. It qualifies all the rules that the database does, that the database has. It is nothing but your own database, your own mini database, for you to keep all your tables and all your procedures and everything. And then you come to here, the content folder, and then every folder you can just filter it. You see here filter, which means since it has so many objects, every folder has its own objects. For example, catalog has schema objects, and then content has the package objects, so on and so forth. So when you see this, you can also filter so that you will only see your packages with that name. Let's say you say AFM, that means all the packages that are having AFM word will be shown here. So you filter that way to see only your relevant packages. So, and then you go and create one package also here just by right clicking like this, create package, you see. So what happens is here, you can just give a name here like this. And then, okay, the other things is not important right now, you can just leave it. I'll talk about delivering it later. But for the moment, you don't need the description also. For the moment, you can just say, okay, so what happens is Aruna is created right now as a package. You can just refresh this and then go and see whether Aruna exists or not. It's just fetching the children, you see, pending. So the server is connecting, fetching the children here. Yes, it fetched. Right now, I do not want this filter. I go to Aruna to check whether the package is created or not. That means when I unfilter this, I'll be seeing all the packages. There'll be so many packages. So that's why the system is a little bit slow, just to refresh and show you all the packages that are available in this particular instance. So once it is up, you'll be able to see Aruna package also. So I just go to A here, you see, and just browsing through. I can get to the package that I created right now. this one. You see, this is the one just now I created. If you go inside, there's nothing, because usually the package is a container of all your, sub packages and information use. Of course, the package, you can also have one more package here. This, you can have sub packages also here. You can target each sub packages for one particular, sub task. It could be, because when you're dealing with the views with so many views inside your project, you might divide them subdivisions. You can, each subdivision you can call one sub package where you can have its own, views again, the same thing. So that way here you can actually create your own sub package again. That's okay, but the ultimate thing is we have all this information views inside the package or the sub package. So these are the things we're going to learn. So the first thing we spoke about is you guys, all you guys can see this up to now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All these things that we're going to learn in this class, attribute view, analytical view, all this. So the first thing is attribute view that we learn how to do it, but we just have to put it hands-on. So how do we do this? We just create attribute view. For the benefit, I've already done it. I will show that how this is being created. Just open this, filter this to Vira. So you see all Vira packages. Those are my packages. You can just go here. And I have again the sub package also, like the same way we create sub package. Like I said, the packages will have sub packages too. So inside the sub package, you have all the right click, and then you see attribute view, analytical view, and all that. So again, when you do this, you will also have the folders for that particular view.
I didn't show you there. When you right click on that,
you cannot see. Please interrupt me again.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but when you right click there, and I saw there are two new. What does that mean?
Two new. No, actually, you take the second one.
Second one?
The first one, yeah, it doesn't work sometimes. You just take the second one.
Okay.
And then you get to see all the, the information view types that we have. So we have package. Of course, the package is the fundamental one, which is a container of all these views. And then from the second one onwards, you see all this?
Yes.
Attribute view, and that the first one is the attribute view, is something that we need to learn how to create, because we have seen how to do it. We just have to, you just right click and then say attribute view right now. You say that.
Mm-hmm.
So it will show you in new information view, create an attribute view, select the required view types, and enter the details. And then here, you say ATTR underscore Aruna or something. You try to name some attribute view here. That is something that you would want to create. And then you can just leave the other things as it is, because you want to create the standard one. So you just say finish. You got it?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you, when you do that, you can actually get to see like this probably. You can actually get to see something like data foundation and then semantics, these two nodes. This is called node. The first one is data foundation here. The second one is, we only have two nodes right now here in the attribute view. So you get to see this. Do you see that? But there's nothing on this node. Of course, I have here tables, but you don't have any tables. You get to see first just the fundamental nodes. So here is something that you have to, in the data foundation, you have to bring your own structures, your own table structures. So how do you do that is, you just go to your catalog, and you can just drag and drop in your catalog Or we have the other way also. We can actually do, you see here, we can actually drag and drop like this, for example, using. Or we can actually go to this place and click and then add objects. You see, Mara. So what happens is it will show all the objects. So you have to go to the right schema, whether you have the permission or not, or your own schema. You can actually go to the same this username. Normally all the schemas are available in the particular this user. Here user is HANA for me. For you, what is the username here? The main one. That schema you have to go. You have all the tables. What is the username? Your username, Aruna?
But my username is
Yeah.
the server. It's HANA02.
Sorry?
It says HANA02.
HANA02. Okay. So you should go to the HANA02 schema to find all your tables there, example tables for us to work upon, So HANA02, you can also go here like this, for example. How do you go? You can just filter this to HANA02. HANA02 like this. No, your user means, what I mean to say is, what do you see here in the
it's the same as DB HANA.
SDB and SAP HAN, all the same?
Yes. Okay, wait a minute. If I can connect, let me see if I can connect, okay?
No, I want you to see database user here. This guy I'm asking. Do you see my screen?
Yes, I see your screen, and it's the same here.
No, in the green button down, you see database user HANA. Do you see that? That is something that
yes.
I want you to find out who's you. You also say HANA, H-A-N-A.
Yes, HANA, yes.
Okay. That means you go to the HANA catalog here. I'm sorry, schema. So there you will have all the tables. Yeah, here, see. These are the tables you can use it. All these tables are for us to use. And you can use any tables, but the thing is, we need to have privileges also to use those tables. So these are the tables that you have privileges. Employee data. For example, if I want to open the table, how you can do it. You cannot actually open definition to just see what kind of table it is. This is actually employee data. It is a column type table. It belongs to the schema, and then it says the columns, employee number, employee name, department number, or whatever. And all these things you have also the data types, and then you have the other information here. This is just the definition. But if you want to see the data, you can just click and then see open data preview. And then you get to see the data as well. So the data says, employee number is this, and then employee name is this, all this. The date is also there. This is a small table for you. So you can actually see the logouts here. If you see this is the one that the HANA Studio uses for you in order to view the data. When you say view the data, it says select star, something like that. It says select top 200 of all these columns from this particular schema, and then from this particular table, which means the schema.table. This is the syntax for that. The HANA Studio will write it for you. When you say view, I want to view it. I want to say, let's say, data preview. It means I just wanted to see what contents the table has, so that I will display this. It has this. You can go to distinct values. This is all for us in the development box. For us to just browse the contents, the table, how it looks, what it has. so that we can actually work on that.
But I have a quick question. That the query, SQL query, HANA develops that query, or how did that query came? That SQL.
Show log. Okay. Click show log.
Uh-huh.
Then first go to the table, of course, this table, and then now show log. And in this you see generated SQL. Do you see here?
Yeah. Okay.
You just double click that, you see the generated SQL, what it is.
The system generated stuff. Okay, good.
Exactly. So you're actually seeing the log entry details. And the log entry, it has a log, what time the query started, what kind of query it is, and what is the server processing time for that, and how many columns it is actually generated as a result set. You know, all this information is nothing but the log. In that, you just see the SQL, which is this. So the moment is very small one, because sometimes you can see this if you are doing a huge task, you can see very big query here, which is being generated by the system for you. Because the communication between HANA Studio and HANA server, what is it? It is SQL, right? Remember, the communication between HANA Studio and HANA.
Sir?
Please, sir.
Sir, just I want to know that what is our objective right now? What basically you want to tell about? What is our objective for doing all those things?
Because you need to learn a little bit about the tool, sir, and then you need to learn,
Okay, it means all these are the tools for SAP HANA, right?
Sir, what's that?
All these are tools for SAP HANA.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Okay.
And a HANA Studio is set of tools. The tool has, how to deal with your own databases, with your own tables, tables. Yeah, exactly, sir. And of course, I'm going to take you to the attribute creation. Before that, all the necessary things that you need to know. Right now, I'm trying to cover data modeling. That is what we started. We tried to learn how the simple data modeling works, two-dimensional modeling in the databases, and we also learn how the complex data modeling can be worked out with the help of dimensional modeling. So in that process, we try to do hands-on also. I try to create the data modeling also, data models, information models. For that, we just have to know where the tables exist, because the data models only can be created with the help of data, master data tables and transaction data tables that we have. Normally, all these tables exist inside the HANA box, or we have to bring them, of course. That topic is also there available in our course, but that topic I'll be dealing with after this topic. So right now, assume that we have all the tables here. Then how can you deal with those tables? How can you use those tables to create your own information use? That's what we are talking, sir. So this HANA Studio is nothing but set of tools which has for you to do so many tasks, such as modeling, administration, data provisioning, and configuration and everything, data administration of the whole HANA server. We don't really go into the HANA server. We just be at HANA Studio and do everything. Internally, HANA Studio will generate SQL for us to communicate with the HANA server. So the communication between HANA Studio and HANA server is SQL. So I'm trying to show you that same thing. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question. Now I just got connected to my server, but everything is gone, like this SAP that you see that, like you go to the, can you please go to the home screen where we see the HANA thing? I can see all these things here.
Okay, let me.
And this server thing is where you see
HD. All these things.
Where there it was HDB HANA in parentheses. It's not there. Only the top menu bar is there.
This one.
Yeah, it is not there. From there, nothing is there. Only they see that system and then all those folder thing on top. Those are there. The menu is there. Menu bar is there, but I don't see anything else.
No, you have to log into the system now. Did you log on to this? You
It's
say
not.
create,
It's
right click and log on.
That's what it was there, but now it is not there. It disappeared now.
Disappeared.
Yeah. So now I just got connected and it is not there. It just disappeared.
Okay, let me just, okay.
It says on the top, it says SAP HANA Administration Control, SAP HANA Studio. And then I have this file, edit, navigate, that menu bar, and then other thing is that like the project, new project, and then navigate, edit, navigate project window thing. And then we have that like
No,
system. Yes, I'm sorry.
okay. No, you have already logged on to the session or not first?
I did already log on to the session, but it doesn't show where it is the system, and then it says
No,
HANA.
does it show, does it show green or not? This green button?
No, it's not. That green button is not there. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, that means your server is not up, or there is a problem, or you have a problem with the instantiation or something is there. Okay.
That's what it's.
Okay.
Doesn't say anything. I mean, it's just because that it was there, but now it got disappeared.
Okay. Anyway, like Kamran we said, we will. I will talk to the training organization guys, and I'll make sure that you have proper connection and everything. First of all, let's just see how to create the.
Yes, sir. Sir, best is that you just tell us what our objective for navigation and everything. Once we get the server, at that time we will work on it.
No, one other thing is, do you have there is one more help guy who can help you on this if there is any problem comes, do you have the contact of this organizer here? What is his name? Here, Vishal.
Sir, yeah, I will call him. I will call him after the class.
No, right now you call, sir. I'll take a 10 minutes break because it's better that you call. If not, I'll do the same way. Give me a 10 minutes break right now. You call him and then you make sure that your credentials are on. We log in. If not, I just show you and you do the same thing anyway. We just
Aruna, will you call him?
Yeah, I can call him. I sent him an email also. I mean, it's like the moment that I got disconnected from the server, I sent him an email. So I'm going to call him.
You call and you both things. Yeah, please. 10 minutes I'm back, okay? You just try. If not, I'll just show you anyway. Okay?
Yeah,
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
So I'll call him, okay?
Okay, yeah. 10 minutes, I'll be back. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sonu, can you please come here?
What?
Let me to connect this.
What do you mean?
SAP in a studio. This is the. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so no, you come here, but I need your help again. Come.
What?
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What does it say? It says, what does this say? Something. It says, come. That is, why is it not coming up my, no, no, so no.
What?
That is not, that's the,
So what is it?
go to, open this,
Open what?
the Chrome, Google Chrome.
Okay. It just says that.
Okay.
What username?
What does it say?
That's to log into the thing.
No, 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 no. Did you do that MSTS?
That's to log into this, to get onto this Windows thing.
Okay, so did you put that MSTST?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's see what other thing it says. It says so many other things. Okay. Okay. Type above.
No, you don't need that. I already
IP.
connected to it.
Wait a minute.
I already connected
Click on
to it
connect.
though. I already connected
Type.
to it. That's what I'm saying.
So then why does it say select a word space?
Because you have to choose the place where it goes. You need to choose a place for your work to go.
But it is not showing this. See this, I'll show you how it looks, okay?
What?
That my teacher. See, I'll show you. This is the HANA Studio, okay? This is, now he disconnected it. He just left with the PowerPoint.
This is the SAP HANA console studio.
Yeah. Here, close it. Say, yes, say okay. Say, click on this one. Put it HANA 02. No, HANA 02 welcome 540. Uppercase, W uppercase, okay?
That's not what that thing was for, that's not what that welcome 543 was for.
Okay.
That's not what it was for. It was for something else. You check here, it says all the details are in here. See?
What does it say?
See, this is all the details.
Is that the password?
Yes, the username and password.
No, this is for SAP HANA. SAP HANA.
Yeah, SAP HANA.
SAP HANA. Put that pass. Okay.
See?
What does it say? Wait a minute, Sonu, what is it?
That's the thing.
Close it.
So why do you want me to open it?
Hi Vishal, this is Aruna. We are having this session, this SAP HANA, and I got the link for the server, but server is not connecting, so I'm having a problem. I think I will need somebody's help to do that. So if you can have someone call me, or you give me the number, I can call and try to get it connected, but it has to be connected because what we are doing, I need to see that on the system. If you need to talk to me, you can call me on my cell. My number is 973-617-0945. Thank you. Bye. Sonu, come here, beta. I just need little help, beta.
Hi, Emma, you there? You spoke to him?
Yes, sir. I called him. He did not pick up the phone, so I left a message. I sent them an email also. It's more than half an hour. I didn't get a reply from them. So I believe their office is closed because it's 9 o'clock for them now. So I don't think that their office
I
is.
should be also checking on the same because, yeah.
So I sent them an
I
email
also required one presence of something.
calling them in the morning.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm trying to get the number of their technical department. I called the number, the number that was sent by their technical department. I called that number also, but nobody is available there also.
Okay. No, okay, they will solve it. Maybe they're not available for us, but I'll make sure that it is solved probably after this session. So let me just show you, so that you can just do the same thing. End of the class probably in the morning, your morning timing or when you have time. So you can just do the same thing.
Okay, so so if when there is this server is there, this HANA thing, when I click on that, it asks me to give some location, the workplace. What should I do there?
Location.
Yes, it asks for the select your workplace. When I click on that, I mean it's not working. That is why I wanted to share my screen. So when I click on that server thing, and it asks for the workplace.
Not the password?
Not the password, it asks for the workplace.
There are two things. See, there are two things. If you right click here and add system, I can also add another system here, and then I can give host name, for example, SAP HANA. There is something I did not tell you that is there that I'll be discussing later. And then I have the instance number. Yeah, this is for the new system. Yeah, don't do this. You just log on to the existing system here. There'll be one system always at least.
Okay.
And then that one, you just right click and then log on to it. Right now, see, this is log off. That means I'm already logged into it. For you, it'll be a log on.
Okay.
Just double click or right click and log on. Yeah, it should only ask you a password, nothing else actually.
So when I double click, it asks for the workplace.
Workplace.
Yes. I really don't know why it asks for the workplace. That is why I got confused, and then it was gone.
Okay, do one thing. Just close this, close everything, and then again do the IP again.
Yeah, I'll do that later because I will get the technical department to help me now.
Okay, okay then. Where is Kamran is there? I can just show you how to do this view at least. Kamran is
Okay.
there.
Okay, so let me connect because I disconnected everything, so I have to go and connect it again.
No problem. I'll just show you this very simple view. Attribute view is, see, going forward you require this connection, but right now attribute view is very simple one. But the other ones you should be, along with me. Yeah. So, Kamran, you there, sir? Hello? He's not there. I don't see him.
He's going to be back because he was there.
No, he's there. I think only just I don't hear. He's muted.
Okay.
Okay, just wait a moment. Maybe he's coming in. Just wait for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. I think Kamran is connected.
Okay, sir.
Are you connected to this SAP thing?
No, server is not working, so I just emailed them.
Yeah, I also emailed them because they are not picking up the phone and they are not even.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so
Okay,
I'm
no problem.
wait a minute. I'll try if I can share my screen because it's not letting me. That share screen icon is not active in my for us. So it doesn't work. I'm clicking on that. It's not working. Let me see.
Okay.
The screen option is not working for me at all. I think this is something that we are blocked from that. For that, so that is why it is not working.
No problem. It is a very simple view. You just make a note of the points. I mean that I say here, so that you can just do it. This is right now, but going forward, I think next lot onwards, we require you to be in sync with me also, so that we, once I finish this theory part, which is once I start going into the complex modeling artifacts, it is better that you also be in sync with when I do it. So there will be more, otherwise it'll be, I'm sure it'll be hard for you to again put effort. So that's okay. Right now, I'm only trying to create a simple attribute. What is an attribute? Is it a two-dimensional view or a multi-dimensional view?
Okay, now just, can you please help me a little? I clicked on the SAP HANA Studio, okay, to connect. Now, the first thing it asks for, select a workspace. Why should I select a workspace then?
What kind of workspaces you have?
I don't know. It says select a workplace. SAP HANA Studio stores your project into a folder called a workplace. Choose a workplace folder to use for this section.
No, just choose any folder. That's okay. You choose a folder and just go. Say okay.
My name. I've just put my name there, so it created a folder there on the desktop for my name. Okay, after it's okay there.
Okay.
And
do not create any folder your name, not yet. Until you go inside the HANA Studio, that's no need. You just choose some workspace which are available there and just get inside first.
Okay.
Yeah. Until you go inside the HANA Studio, you don't create any folders. It's not required actually.
Okay.
And then it should be able to take you to this.
Okay. I think that now let me see.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, we will get the fix server tomorrow, so best is that you continue.
You can, sorry. Okay, yes, we can. I can get it.
Sure. Okay, what you do is, first thing, like I said, the first step, you make a note of it, right click, and then create an attribute view. So today we are trying to create an attribute. Just today, I think we'll only learn this attribute view things, not other things. But there are so many things inside the attribute view. Anyway, that are the things that we have to learn. Just right click this attribute view like this, and then you have to give a name. And you know, the label is obviously just a description you don't need. For the moment, we try to create a standard attribute view. So you just leave that as it is. And you get to this place called Data Foundation and then Semantics. There are two nodes here. The first node is, the bottom node is the Data Foundation, and the top node is Semantics. If you click on the Data Foundation, you get to see details. If you click on the Semantics, you get to see the details of that. It's the same. So this node details will be available once you click on this, and this node details will be available once you click on this. In the beginning, there won't be any tables here. What you have to do is you have to bring your own tables on top of this by just clicking this. For example, if you want to bring products or, you know, like this. So what you can do is you can just look at all the products tables here, followed by this bracket. This thing is actually the schema. This means this products from the band schema. This one is products from the DHC schema, products from the SID schema. Normally, you can look at the table from your database user. You see here database user is HANA. So you can actually look at the products from HANA table which are available, because the same user, all the tables are available for you with, you know, privileges. If you go for the other schemas, maybe they are not available. So the good bet is products from the same schema. Otherwise, we will have to bring all the tables into your own schema. That also I'll be showing you going forward. But for the moment, just for the sake of learning attribute view creation, you just borrow any table, because attribute view can be created on top of any master data tables. So if you click this, what happens is the products has come here. You see this? The products has come. The same way, you can also go into this HANA catalog here and then take the other table. For example, I'm going into the HANA, press H. So you go into the HANA. So you are already in the HANA. See, you have all these tables. So what happens is now, if you want any table, for example, this lips.pro, just drag and drop here. Do you see drop elements here? That table comes. How many number of tables you want, you can just drag and drop here. But this is just based on the requirement. We are already in the dimensional. We are already in the modeling right now. The modeling is done based on the requirement. So right now, is this a two-dimensional model or a multi-dimensional model? Or not? Attribute view is
Multi-dimensional model.
No, attribute view is fundamentally a two-dimensional model. The next step, we are going on to the multi-dimensional models actually.
Okay.
This one, see, this one is only the two-dimensional model that we have in HANA. The other models, we are jumping into the multi-dimensional models. In order for you to make multi-dimensional modeling, you require two-dimensional models, right? That's what we discussed. You remember?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So those fundamental building blocks are the two-dimensional model building blocks, which will be ready right now. And then going forward, when we develop the multi-dimensional models, we use them. That's what now one of the fundamental use of creating two-dimensional models is reuse them and then maintain them. You know, we learn. So right now, what I do is I try to add tables like this. You see, this is nothing but another underscore product. All these are the tables. If you wish, you can just you know, a little bit increase this. You can see another underscore product underscore description, and then products and then list. That you can add as many number of tables as you want here. All are, for the moment, they are the master data tables, because we are trying to make an attribute view out of the master data tables. Okay, remember that. So right now I'm only trying to make two. If you do not want this, you just remove this like this. This table is gone. You remove this like this, this table is gone. If I remove this also, this table will be gone. But for the moment, I just wanted to keep these two tables and then make an attribute view out of this. So how do I make the attribute view? The moment you bring the table in here, the table will come here. Now you can see here. First of all, for example, I bring another table here. Let's say this one is there, right? So what happens is the table comes here. So anything you drag and drop into this data foundation. Data foundation is a platform for you, which is a node. We call this as a node. This is one node. This is another node. Okay. In this node, what we do is we try to bring all our tables and then make connections, make the joins based on the requirement. What type of join and what type of objects we want to take, what type of attributes we want to take. So basically, what we do is we do chopping here. We try to chop them vertically, which means we do not want some of the columns. We just don't click it. Here, the button here shows if you click this particular column is going into the output. If you do not click it, that means we are dropping this column, And then this is a vertical chopping. Horizontal chopping, how do you do it is you just right click and then say filter, apply filter. And then here you can actually filter it. For example, I actually the category. It's actually same thing here, database privileges problem. Otherwise, you see all the categories here: category A, category B, category C. You just click in one category, it is just filtered to that. I think it's better that I show the example of which is existing. Even my server has the privileges problem. Let me just open the existing one, how it looks. Okay, this is the one. Here, if you filter this, if you right click here and apply filter, but still this is also has the same problem. Okay. I think we all have the problem here. Let me create for the sake of testing it. And your server is working still or no?
No, it's not working. I mean, I'm in the same module like SAP HANA modeler, SAP HANA Studio, but it's not. Nothing is coming up. So I try to disconnect the whole thing, and I keep trying. I mean, I'm trying, still trying. I mean, I disconnect it and I try to connect it after a few minutes to see what happens.
Okay. Okay, it's like that, right? See, you got what I'm trying to do. See, whenever I drag on and drop this table to this particular data foundation, you see all the tables are sitting here without any connections. Okay. The first thing is all these buttons looks disabled. If you click this button, which means this is going into the output. If you click this button, which means this is going into the output. The others are not going into the output. That means you're already chopping it off. You're actually removing some of the columns. Obviously, this is a view, right? You only take the required columns you want. Horizontally, for example, if I want, this is a vertical chopping. You agree with me? Vertical chopping is nothing but cutting down the columns, taking only the necessary columns. That is the first thing you can do. Horizontal chopping is nothing but, for example, filtering. Let's say here, apply filter, and then you see I have Arpit, Pankaj, and Rahul. There are 3, but let's say I only want Pankaj and Rahul. I do not want Arpit, so I just say Pankaj here, and then I put another one. Arpit. for example. So what you're doing here is you're actually vertically, horizontally, you are chopping it off. All the other rows that you are not selecting are not coming into here. So two things you have to understand. One is the horizontal chopping, the other one is vertical chopping. How do you do that? The horizontal chopping can be done based on the filters. The vertical chopping will be done based on the by not choosing the columns. So that is how you do. And then between these two tables, you require to make a join, first of all. So these two are irrelevant for me. So I'll just take you to my particular one that I was showing you before, and then so that you can just this one. Yes.
I just got connected to the server, but the username password is not working.
No, don't worry, it will work. Maybe we will just try. So right now, I just remove this particular table will be removed if I remove this. You see, remove. Yes, it's gone. So here, what you have to do is you have to, for the sake of, I will just show you. You have to, doing this. This is the earlier situation. What you have to do is you have to drag and drop like this to make a join,
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to click this to understand what kind of join it is. For the moment, for this particular situation, there are this many types of joins. I think you remember the join types that we discussed. What is the referential join, in the join, left outer join, and then
you have to select these joins, or it is automatically selected. We have to select the joins.
That's a good question. The best practice is to select, because inner join does something else than the left outer join, right? But of course, in the example for right now, you don't have to be so accurate. But in the real project world, you have to be very accurate, isn't it?
Okay.
So based on the requirement, you have to select it. You have to select it and test.
Okay.
Right now, we can just leave the referential also because, it's just an example to learn the attribute view. But in the real world, you have to decide which join you want to go. At this master data tables, at least you have to decide. But going forward in the multidimensional modeling, the system will help. The system will pick up the best available join. But right now, this is a basic building block, right? We are trying to build, which is a two-dimensional model, which is a dimension, which is actually called attribute view here, the fundamental view, this one. So here, it is better that you select it if you know what you're doing. You should be knowing what you're doing also in general when you're in the project. So if not for the moment, you just leave it also. So the cardinality is what? For example, this also is something that you have to decide, isn't it? So basically, if I select, let's say, the inner join, if I say n to 1 or 1 to n, it makes a difference, isn't it? So this is something that, for example, it's always this left side of the table has more entries or right side of the table has more entries. See, it depends on, for example, here product and then description. So product and description, let me close all this debate for the and then open only one so that there's just no confusion for you. Okay. There's only one. Okay. Okay, you go ahead. So right now it is just what we're talking about the join type and the cardinality. These two things you will only know if you know actually thoroughly about these products, these tables. When you want to get the combination of this table attributes, what you have to do is you have to decide whether you are looking at the common records, or you want to get all the left side table records irrespective of whether they have the corresponding entry in the right side or not. All these things are the joins. So you decide join here. Obviously, it is your job to decide. You can also validate the join, for example. Here, right now it is saying not sufficient privileges. Actually, it will show you the validation also here. And then once you're done, see, the basic fundamental thing is you bring your master data tables, step 1. Step 2 is find a suitable join based on the requirement. And step 3 is choose only the required columns into the output. Do not choose everything. For example, if you do not want this, do not choose this. You don't need this because it's just, why do we need to choose something which is not required in the requirement? So the step 3 is choosing the required columns, which are by clicking on the balls like this. If you click again on the same ball, it will be deleted. If you click on this, it will be just added, And then third thing is you chop this off. Right click, like I said, right click and filter, apply filter. So you choose, which means what happens is you're actually removing the columns. The filter removes the rows, and this balls removes the columns. Okay. So filter is horizontal chopping. On removing the columns, these are nothing but vertical chopping. So you do all that first in this data foundation. So your required columns, which you are willing to take it to the next level, are available here. At the same time, the join is available, which means the combination of the columns are coming up in your view. For example, you see this column is coming up from this table, and all of the columns are coming up from this table. But obviously, this column is related to this table also because it is inner join says the common elements. So, and then these are the columns. Here, we learned about something called calculated column. You remember, in attributes also you can calculate column. This is initially empty. You can just right click and say new calculated column. It will display all this. For example, I created this one, this particular one. What you have to do is you have to give the name for the calculation column, some name. What do you want to calculate here? See, calculated. What is the calculated column here in attribute view? I don't know, we discussed on this.
Let's see.
What is the calculated column? You remember?
I don't remember that. I know we discussed that. I forgot.
Yeah, it is actually, you remember I gave an example of, if you have a first name, and then if you have a last name, if you want to make a full name as a calculated column.
No, sir.
For example.
No, sir, you didn't give us this lecture about the calculated column, but I do remember that
I gave, sir, it is covered in this. Maybe I will go back to it. I don't think you remember, right?
Yes, it did that. I forgot, but he told us about that.
You see calculated attribute here. We're talking about an attribute here. You see here.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This is the one calculated. You see.
Yes.
The example I gave you will be inside your slides. You can see anytime you can open up and see. Basically, it is calculated column or calculated attribute here, which means why we say attribute here, because we're inside the attribute view, and inside the attribute view we only have attributes. We do not have measures. You remember, right? Measures will only come in the next level. So right now, this view contains only attributes. The view itself is called attribute view. Inside that, each column is called attribute. There is no other column called measure. Measures will come in the next level. Mm-hmm. And then if you are deriving all the columns from the existing columns, that is okay. But if you want to conclude a new column by doing something with the existing columns, that is called calculated column. Okay. Which is what? You try to concatenate, let's say, 2, 3 columns, and you try to bring some logic. For example, I gave you this example. Maybe Kamran already was there that day or not. I try to say the same example. If there is a column of first name, or if there is a column of last name, you can actually derive a new column which is called calculated column as a full name. You concatenate these 2 columns, the first name plus the last name. If you do the string function, adding both the strings, which is your full name, which is a calculated column. Because yes, sir.
I also did same thing in Excel, that concatenate function and text-to-text column function.
Yes, but right now this is very beginning one, obviously, but this one will get tough also going forward in SAP HANA, because once you get into the measures, imagine the calculated measures are very complex. You can also make the complex logic here going forward. So yeah, I mean, that's a way of doing it. So right now you see, calculated columns are used to derive from.
Sir, can you increase the size of the screen? I am unable to basically, can you increase font size?
But you're not able to see that.
Yes,
Close
very.
the chat box.
Okay.
Close the chat box. This is
What's
the
that?
side, the thing that you see, the micro, that is speaker, microphone, and video thing. There is, you will see a cross mark there. Just click on that. It's gonna be closed. The screen will be broader because it takes like 1/3 of your screen.
No, no, no,
Only
no. I am
1/3.
not talking about the size. I am talking about the font size.
The font size, okay. Because I was not able to read that, but and then I closed that the screen size increased and I can see that now.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What should I do to increase the font
Font
size?
size.
Can you help me?
Good. Maybe you
Yes.
go to this edit somewhere.
It is a remote system. You know, it is a
Yes.
remote system actually. Remember that it is not my
You can
system.
do that.
See the font size. It's in the middle. So go back. This the second one.
The fonts.
Yeah.
Sir?
This is a remote system. I think Cameron he cannot do that. Even if he can, I mean they won't allow any changes in the system.
That's what actually I'm worried. Correct. Correct. Aruna is correct. That's what my worry is right now.
Yeah, I mean you cannot make any changes to someone else's system. You don't have the privilege to do that.
Correct. Correct. Correct, Aruna. Thanks for that guessing. That's what I'm worried right now. I don't think so, sir, if it is my system, but where do I do that here? No.
Kamran, you can also do that if go to your browser setting and increase the size
No,
of
it's
the
not browser based. No.
no,
Yeah, I can do that
on
with the
his own.
browser, my browser.
No, Kamran can do it on his own, and he has to go to the browser setting and increase the screen size. Make it from 100 to 120, 125%, and you will be able to see.
No, I was talking about size of screen that is basically part of SAP server.
Yeah, you mean the HANA Studio?
Yeah, and a
Yeah.
studio. I don't think you can do that because I'm trying to check because I'm on the HANA Studio and I'm trying to do that. There is no, you cannot do that. Because any changes you want to do in the system, it's going to dump you back. It will say that you are not authorized because I tried to do something and 2 times I was dumped back.
Okay, basically I have my SAP GUI over there. I am allowed to do, but I do not know about this. Anyway, sir, continue, no problem.
Okay, because I'm worried also. I'm not able, I don't know how to do this actually here in the remote system. Not really, sir, yeah. Maybe I can, the font, I can, if I increase this.
Okay, let me see. Okay, go to the Windows on top.
Windows?
And, yes, Windows on the menu, top menu. See that? You will see the Windows right before help. Okay, and go on show view. No, not show view.
Oh, you mean the HANA Studio, inside the HANA Studio?
Inside HANA Studio, there was an option there actually maximize with that view. I just saw that maximize view.
Yeah, zoom in, yeah. Zoom in only you see this one.
Yes, we
Not
see.
okay.
Hey, there
Anything
was
you
an
can
option,
zoom
I
in
don't know
with.
where it went. I just saw the option maximize view, and I don't know where it went.
No, actually, I don't know that I can view
It
it.
says, okay.
Sir, I'm just
Go to
telling you close this
navigation,
window.
go to
Sir,
navigation and go
wait. Sir,
maximize.
sir, come on your right hand side. You're looking this top. No, not from here. No. Just from right hand side. On your right hand side, extreme right. Here is one small icon. No, up on your left. On up, again up. Then left. No, left. In the middle one. Yeah, just click this one.
No, that is the perspective, sir. You cannot do anything. This is just to change perspective. I know that.
Go to Windows and see that then go to navigation and stream maximize view. Not here, sir. Go on the top menu on the left.
You will not bring on.
Right
Zoom
before.
in.
Yeah, that is also, you can do that also.
No, that will only zoom in this, not the whole platform, you know.
Yeah, now the whole platform, right?
Yeah, no, not the whole platform. You
Here,
see,
go to
even
Windows and go to navigation in the Windows. Not here. Right before have the Windows.
Windows, okay.
Go to navigation and it says
Okay.
maximize view. Maximize active view or editor.
Okay,
Does it
let
do
me try
anything?
this. Probably this would work. Yeah, and maybe this is doing up. But let me do this first and open it. I'm just doing it. No.
No, it's not working. It's not doing anything now.
It's not doing.
No.
No. I think it's the only way is maybe you cannot maximize from your side. You cannot zoom in. You cannot read, sir, this one. Can you read this one? What is there?
Yes, sir, it's fine now. Yes, sir, fine.
It's fine now?
So see the length. So see the length.
Which link?
Length, L-E-N-T-H, 20 make 30 provide.
No, I don't understand, sir. You're talking what?
Sir, this is written 20 length.
Oh, yeah, 20, yes, right. That means you can see. See, the point is, you're correct then. You try to actually work with your system, sir, by just following what I'm doing. That is why actually your system.
That is the maximum length of the varchar. That is the length of this data type, varchar. That is not the size of the font. No, see the length 20.
No,
He's saying that you change that.
No, he's talking about this one as a font size. No.
The length of the.
Yeah, but I don't think he's thinking like a font size. He knows that because inside this they're not mentioning about font size.
The font size, no, sir.
So leave it start.
Okay. You actually have to basically define this first, the name of the calculated column for what you want to calculate here. For example, this calculated column is for the sales, or what do you want to do that? And then remember, this is not a measure. So you cannot do so much of calculations, and because there are not numbers here. All we assume that are attributes here because we are inside the attribute view. So everything is attribute here. So for example, to find out the type of the sale, we can say if the price is above this, we can say that sale is the greatest sale, or if not, it's a normal sale, which means, see, this still, for us to do this, you don't need measures, right? Because the price is also an attribute. We are only trying to look at the price column and introduce the new column saying that the type of the sale, that column will say whether the sale is great sale or normal sale. So this is how you actually do the calculated columns simple way in attribute use. It will not be complex in attribute use. The calculated columns are always simple because the fact that we have only attributes will not make us to get into the complex expressions here. But going forward, once you have the measures, so the calculated column as a measure, when you want to make expression with the measures, obviously you can bring the complex logic because you're working with numbers. Right now, the outcome is going to be again attribute, not the measure. That time when you're working with the measures, so the outcome is going to be again a measure. You got the difference or not? So right now I'm trying to introduce a new column which is an attribute. The column is to say about what type of sales it is. For example, it is a calculated column for sales. The column says whether it is what type of sale. So let's assume that I have two types, normal sale and great sale. So how do I define it? So great sale is based on some price constraints. So if I say that caller 1 has left, somebody left.
I think Asma left. Yeah, Asma left.
She's not talking any, I think.
She was on the phone. She was on the phone. She connected to the phone, so.
That's why she cannot. Okay, fine then. So now, by doing this, what happens is I introduce a new column, and the new column always will have two values. Either it is a normal sale or a great sale based on this condition. So you can actually bring several columns here. You see, all these columns you can use to make your new column always. And then you can also use the calculated columns if you have it. Right now we don't have it. For the next second calculated column, you will see first calculated column also here. That means to make a calculated column, you can either use existing columns and or the calculated column also. And you have all the operators, for example, plus, minus, all these operators you can use. At the same time, you have functions here, conversion functions, all these mathematical conversion functions. And then you have string functions, of course. And then we have mathematical functions based on your logic. And you have date functions, and then you have other miscellaneous functions also. So all these are like a miscellaneous function right now I used, which is if, or you have a case function also in the miscellaneous. So all these are functions for you to deal with your calculated column, because your calculated column will have expressions. So the expression can be a mathematical expression, string expression, or a date expression, or a miscellaneous expression right now that I used, which will help us to decide the content of the column. You understand? And then this is what it is, a calculated column. Why do you have to do that? If your requirement says so, obviously. Your requirement is saying indirectly that you want something out of these columns. You do not want to take directly from these columns. Probably you want to derive one column with the help of existing 2-3 columns here. So you do all that in this data foundation details. Once you finish this, you can move on to the next level, which is semantics, which is this. I think the data foundation size is more because I increased this, right? I let me zoom down. Yes, it came to the normal size. So I clicked on this semantics. See, from the details of the data foundation node, once I finish here, I'm moving to the semantics node. It's always you construct from bottom up all your views. So right now we only have the 2 nodes. We constructed the first one going on top of the final node. Always the top node is semantics for every view. Remember that. But these nodes are changing based on the type of the view that you actually develop. Right now it is attribute view. That's why you only have one node which is called data foundation. So once I finish with data foundation view, what happens is this particular details pane work is over, then I'm moving on to the semantics. In the semantics, you actually get to see all your columns here. You see these columns will come because these are the, for example, if you do not want this category column, obviously you're not clicking it. You see, I do not want it, delete. See, category is not available. So if you want it, you click it. So you did what you did here is you did all the plumbing. You did what is the connection here, what type of join it is, what type of columns I want to take it to the output, and then what kind of filtering I want to do, horizontal shopping, and what kind of additional calculated columns I require. All this plumbing you do here. You move on to the semantics. In the semantics, what you have to do is you have to decide which one is the key. The first thing. Semantics, you see all this, you actually have a type here, which is all our attributes right now. Going forward, this type will have two options. One is attribute, the other one is measure. Right now, only attributes, you see. So here, the symbol says this is a calculated attribute. You see a little bit difference. This one is nothing but a calculated attribute. So all these are the columns which you have made it in this data foundation, which have come into this place. You are actually viewing it. But only one thing you have to do, which is here, you decide which one is a key. If you want key to be this one, you mention. If you want key to be this one, you mention. You know, you have to decide a key here. And then you can actually, you don't need much. You can actually end your session. But of course, if you want to decide the hierarchies, you can come and decide. Hierarchy is something that I'll still have to talk about it in the next slides. So let us not do anything. Your fundamental attribute is ready right now. You can actually use this to save and validate, and then you can actually save and activate. After that, you can actually data preview. You know, so the data preview will get all this data. See, what is save and activate? I want to remind you again about our discussion. So our discussion is, let's say, I think I'm removing this. Okay, it is over. Creation. Remember these steps. The first one is creation. Second one is save. Third one is activate. Fourth one is use or review. See, these are the four fundamental steps we go through when we create any type of modeling artifacts. This first step deals with, you know, it talks about, you know, when you right-click, right from that right-click, choose the attribute view, get into the nodes, get onto the, you know, data foundation node, bring all the relevant tables, everything. All this is a creation until you save it. So activation until you save that creation. Activation is something that here, what happens here, activation? It creates an information view inside your catalog. Which is nothing but this is physically created, you know. Physically it creates. This is always an empty container, which means there won't be any data in this. You know. Then as and when you go and use it or fetch it from the reporting, when you access this from report, or when you view, actually it will go and fetch the data. So all is just logical structure. View is nothing but. So you agree with me? View is nothing but logical structure. So right now, if you want to see where this view is existing, what you have to do is you have to go into the repository and see that also. You have to go into the catalog and then see that also. How do we do that? We actually going to, remember this, we are actually going to the sys_bic is the one. I think we will talk about this, don't worry. This is the system schemas. So let me just not talk about this. I will show you later where this view is going to be created physically, because I'll still have to talk about the types of schemas and all other system schemas, varieties and everything. So for the moment, you see this, how the product view, product view that I've created looks like. So the raw data is here because these are the things that you see. Some of them are great sales, some of them are normal sales, based on the price that you indicate. For example, above 300, I said great sales, so there are only 2 normal sales. And then this is the raw data. If you want to see how this analysis works, because this is a production, this is not a production system, this is a development system, right? But inside the development environment, the time you may want to see how your view works in terms of conducting analysis here. Right now you are in the 2-dimensional view. You may not require to see this, but going forward, you require this analysis tab for you to view the contents of your modeling artifact that you have created. For example, going forward, we create cube or multi-dimensional, multi-level cube or even more complex cube. So what happens is you require this to see what is x-axis, what is y-axis. For example, right now there's nothing you can do. It's just I can see product versus price. If to bring here y-axis, this one. If I bring y-axis this one, for the moment, it does not make sense because you see the symbol is for the measure. So these are for the measures, these are for the attributes. Right now we are only in the attribute view. So there's not much we can do analysis. You know what I mean? Analysis will be done once you are entered inside the multidimensional modeling, which is what? After the attribute view, we will enter into the multidimensional modeling. So for the moment, do not do this, just for you to say explain. So this is how we create the attribute views. And then this is the standard type. If I go and here, let's say again attribute view, and then let's say ATTR underscore the time type, what happens is I can choose the time here. I say I want the Gregorian, and granularity is, see, you have to decide upon the granularity because that becomes the basis. Whether you're focusing the tiniest, the type in your database when it comes to changing the data is a weekly type or the yearly type or the monthly or the second. Imagine if you put a second, it is very difficult. It will become a huge data. Even imagine 1 year, how many seconds you have. For example, in 1 hour we have 60 into 60 seconds, right? And then in 24 hours, 24 into 60 into 60. In 1 month into 30. In 1 year again into 12. That many number of rows are created for you. So do not take granularity, unless you make sure this hours, minutes, and seconds. Best is years. If you say year, what happens is in 10 years, let's say I will only have 10 records. Every year is 1 record. The granularity is that way. This month I take it based on the requirement, based on how your project is dealing with the time. That granularity you decide here. For example, here I put month and I finish this off. So what happens is, the time dimension comes here automatically. It borrows. From where it borrows? It borrows from the system time dimension. I think I showed you some of the time dimensions here. If you want, I can just go back here and show you same time dimensions. Here, you see, these are the dimensions that we have. Standard. I think every database you have this standard type of time dimensions. Right now we're talking about the Gregorian, which is normal English calendar. This is fiscal is used by the financial institutions, and time underscore dimension you have for the day, this one, and then for the week underscore week. And for the month, for the year, and so on. So right now it is showing, for me I have chosen month, that's why it just took the time underscore division. So where you find all these dimensions, obviously you can go into the system schema, BIC, and see that if you want. But that session I'll be showing you again. You don't worry on that now. If you go to this schema, what happens is you can see all the time dimensions. BI, and then you go into the tables. So this is system schema. This is not something that we created. The system created. So don't worry about this. We will talk about it. These are the standard time dimensions that you can see here. So with which you can actually drag and drop this also again. You see. What happens is you are actually making by your own. You create your own attribute view and drag and drop the time dimensions, it becomes the time. Or while you create, you just choose the time dimension, creating, and then decide upon, you can also do that. Like the way how I did it just now. Just right click, and then you can also say empty one, the second one, sorry. You can also decide here. If you say time and then it auto creates, if you do not say auto create, you have to drag and drop. For example, here attribute non-auto time. If you say like this, what happens is it will just create a time attribute for you, but it does not hold any auto creation. You just have to bring your table from here. Which one you want to bring, the year or month or whatever. Just drag and drop, you have that. That's how you create this time dimension also. So, and then for the moment you just follow this. Do not worry, it might look a little bit, if there is any doubt you ask me, but going forward so many other doubts will be clarified. Right now you are only learning how to create attribute view so that we will get into the actual project. I have a project called COPA. And that time I will talk to you what exactly based on the requirement. That project drive is requirement. Right now we do not have any requirement. Right now you are only trying to learn how to use this tool, where to drag and drop, and what type of attribute views I have on all that. Once I get into the project, COPA project, I will have a requirement. I will certainly be creating something which works as exactly how the way I want it to be working. I would be doing filtering, I would be doing selecting some columns and all that, but you know how to do that right now, but you do not have a requirement. So I'll have a requirement right now. So make sure that next class onwards you keep your credentials ready. We have to talk to these guys, and then I should be looking on the requirement and then working on this. So what else attribute views we have, and then I have also other type of attribute views which are which is derived. You see, derived is something that what happens is, what is derived attribute? You remember? We discussed about it. What is derived? Derived attribute?
Derived attribute.
See, the moment you say derived, it is derived from, it is asking. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
You try to go and choose. I think that's what you have to remember, the theory things that I discussed, you should follow them. You try to do that. Otherwise, it becomes the tool usage becomes a little bit tough for you. If you follow the slides, it is very easy actually. It's not a big deal. Derived is something that, you choose one attribute and then you derive from it. So it just take a snapshot of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it becomes your own attribute. You cannot do anything in this. You see, you cannot delete here. You see, for example, there is no deletion here, and then you cannot add a table. You cannot do anything here. For example, if you want to add some tables in this, let's say it will not let us add it. If you want to drag and drop here, for example, you see, derived is something that you cannot change anything except the description. You just derive from somebody else's attribute view, and then you make your own snapshot so that you can just use it. This becomes your own attribute view right now, you can use it. You're actually deriving from the existing one. You cannot change it. But if you want to make changes, create another attribute view from the existing attribute view, what is the option you have? You remember? That also I discussed. It is actually copy from. You remember? See, only 4 types only we have here attributes. So we use not so complex, just 4 types. So that time what we do is attribute view. I say attribute view underscore the copied one, copy from. For example, if I put the name itself like that. So what you have to do is you are saying copy from.
Mm-hmm.
In this, you can actually change it. You go here and copy from any attribute you have. So if we take this any attribute view, it will only show attribute views, by the way. It will not show the other things because you can only copy from any of the existing attribute view. And then if you say okay, here you can bring your own changes here. Here you see you can actually drag and drop like before. You see, I dragged and drop. Before I could not do that. You can actually make changes on this. So you got it. So basically the standard attribute view and the time attribute view, derived attribute view, and copy from attribute. There are only 4 types we have, not much.
Mm-hmm.
The standard one is that I showed you. You just create a standard one and the data foundation, you bring all your master data tables, you work on here to conduct what type of joins you want to bring it between them. It could be 2, 3, 4 tables also, no problem. I could have another table and another join here. It depends on your requirement. No problem here to accommodate number of master data tables. But the idea is to join, to combine them, to combine all these table structures into one. So the end of this work, data foundation work, what happens is you will only have set of columns as one view from all these number of tables. That is the standard attribute. And then you can actually go do your calculated columns also. This is, and then like we showed, this is the standard one. The second one is time. If you want to mention, if you want to work on with the timings, I'll be showing you, I will work on some timings also going forward in one example in our project. The timing is what you have to derive it as a time attribute. How do you do that? Just right click and say that it is a time based. You can also auto create on the time, or the other way is you can just drag and drop. I think we have done both the things here. How do you do that? You just, again, I'm showing you. You just say it is a time based. Okay, you choose here your granularity. If you say auto create, it will actually put the time dimension. If not, you have to do it by yourself. Both the ways it works. And then the third one is we have the derived type. Derived is something that we are deriving. We are taking a snapshot of the existing attribute view. Here you see derived from. And then it will not allow us to make any changes in this. It's just frozen. Everything is frozen except we can just use that object as our user object and plug into any of the multi-dimensional modeling going forward we can just plug in that. It is derived from your, let's say, your friends or your colleagues, attribute view. Actually, this was not your attribute view, but you are actually deriving from it. But it cannot be changed because he knows the subject. He is the one who did it. The changes have to come from him. But if you want to make any changes, if you want to borrow some concept, borrow the existing attribute view and changes, then that is copy from. And then you go and get that attribute view. That attribute view will come into the panel here, like I showed you. Then from there, you start working on that. So that attribute view, you start adding the tables, adding more columns, more calculated columns, or deleting the. You make changes. Your attribute view will not be anymore the same attribute view that you copy from. It will be changing. That's why you went to this option. Copy from always let you do the changes. So derived won't. So that's all. We only have these type of attribute views. Each attribute view is a derived or created from the master data tables. It will not have anything. It is just a two-dimensional artifact. Remember, it is called a dimension. It is a very simple one. It is called a dimension here. Attribute views are called dimensions. Okay. It is a simple, basic artifact.
Okay.
Because we are not still complicating it. The complication will come when you move on to the multidimensional modeling. So this will be used in the multidimensional modeling. And then this one mostly derived from the master data tables. You agree? Okay, so this is about attribute view. So once we have this attribute view, obviously, I think you remember going forward, we'll be going into the complex view like this, for example. You know, multidimensional view could be like this. In this, these are the dimensions, your attribute views. This is a dimension. You know, that's what it is. That's why we are like the first building block. This is a dimension. And then this is a dimension. All these are your attribute views, by the way. All these are your attribute views. And then here, this one is about transaction. We will see this anyway. I still did not discuss this. I only discussed about this one. I still did not discuss the theory behind the cube also. I still have to go. This is a transaction table snapshot. So that is about the attribute view. So you got it, I don't know.
Yes.
We'll be doing, do not worry about some of the doubts you may have, because that will be cleared when we do the project. Because the doubts will come based on the requirement. See, there are two things. One is tool-based knowledge to learn the thing. Second is requirement-based process. The requirement-based process is something that unless and until you have a requirement on the table, we cannot go in depth, isn't it? The tool-based knowledge only will make you understand how to use that, how to use this. But actual requirement is the one that which will drive you to get into the depth of everything, isn't it? So that is something that you will only get once we start the COPA project. But you don't worry until that. Right now you try to understand, yes, how this concept works. What are the types of creating the attribute views. And then you try to create small examples. You do not worry what type of join you are taking, because at the moment we are not worrying the requirement. Your worry is, am I able to create an attribute view, the simple one or not?
Yes.
And then, am I able to create the simple one in all the types? For example, the standard type, the time type, copy from type, derived type. And what is the purpose of creating all this? Am I able to chop down the columns, some of the columns? Am I able to chop down some of the rows, applying the filters and applying by not choosing the columns? And then am I able to add some calculated columns, bring some expression here, go into this expression editor and make some logic. Of course, the logic may not be very complex at the moment because we do not have a requirement, and at the same time this is a very simple basic model, modeling artifact, because we do not have measures yet. So that's it. Attribute is very simple for you. But going forward it becomes tough, going forward the toughest part is this one. Going forward it becomes tough in analytical view, it is even more tough in calculation view, because that is where your actual business requirement will be resolved. So right now you are actually making, calculation is the toughest. Right now you are making building blocks for you tomorrow to use. For example, your requirement is, let's say, constructing a building. Right now the attribute is your brick. You are making all your bricks. So going forward, what you do is you make your rooms, and then make your floors, and then you make all the floors, rooms, everything is connected. Your building becomes calculation view, which is obviously more tough. You have to go step by step, Okay. So any questions? See, the best thing is you have to have a tool with me when I do it, so that right now is okay. Even tomorrow also no problem. Without tool, I'll show. Even if you don't have a tool also, I'll show the next one. But when we do the COPA project, make sure that time you require a tool. Your tool should be when we do the COPA project. This is a project, right?
Uh-huh.
Cost and profitability analysis. I think Kamran Ali would be, expert in this because he's a finance guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he will enjoy more than us, because this deals the finance subject. So this project, that time, somehow make sure that you have the tool and then your tool is accessible, and then you do when I do it.
Okay.
Yeah, because only then it becomes easy. Otherwise, I don't think you will find a time to redo it again just by, recalling the lectures, because it takes more time and more explanation it requires. That's why it's better that you talk to your, the training organizers and just ask them to at least make sure that in a couple of days you require this tool should be working in sync with when I work at the same time in this time.
Okay.
Sir, when will you start the project?
I think after completion of this, let's say the other views also, like this, I showed you today one view, right? Likewise, I will show you the other two views with the example how we create these two. I will show how to do these two, probably another 1-2 classes, and then I will stop this for the moment and go back to our, basics, architecture and everything. That will take another, I will go into the architecture of this. That will take another 1 class probably, and then back to this and to the project. Probably 3-4 classes from now, 3 classes from now, I'll be starting the project, because by then you should know all the modeling, you should know the architecture, then you will actually be enjoying the project.
Sir, can you go on one slide basically back? I have to basically recall and revise all your classes and documents, so I have to ask you one thing. Just there is 162 number slide. Just you scroll up, then I have to ask one slide. One thing, up, sir, up. Sir, up. No, up. So that was the first slide in which the business intelligence is written, and there one guy and the business intelligence and no, up. So very initial.
This one, or you're talking about the class 3, right?
No, sir, go up.
So class 3 only, right? SAP HANA class 3. This is the PPT, right?
Sir, where you explained that the warehouse and marked warehouse, that was slide.
No, you just tell me the slide number, sir. I don't remember actually which slide.
Sir, it's slide number 1 or 2 it is.
This one. No, I think you're talking about this class. This one, I think. This one. This one.
Sir, no, come down. Sir, where you are
First of all, where you explain?
Yeah, just yeah, 7. Sir, one concept I just want to ask from you. Slide number 7. 7.
7. Okay. This one. Okay.
Yeah. Sir, this you told about the data warehouse. Data mart, basically business intelligence is connected from the data marts or from the data warehouse. That was the confusing me, because data mart is the small data, and data warehouse is the basically big data, which is consist of data mart, as you told. So the business intelligence is connected from data mart or from data warehouse. That is the confusion for me.
No, it's both, sir. Actually, it's both. Actually, if you're dealing with the small aspect of the business intelligence, if your data is limited, if you're dealing with only one subject, such as sales or something, you only have data marts. But if you have a huge organization like Amazon, and then you are dealing with the data warehouse because it has all the sections, but still both are business intelligence.
Yeah, but basically, what I had confused that this data mart is connected from operation data mart, data warehouse, and data application. So all and then data mart is directly connected to data business intelligence. So I perceive that since it is the subset, then how it becomes the entire those thing. That's why I was looking for.
Yeah, it's like this, sir. For example, if this is your data warehouse, okay, enterprise data warehouse, I can say that it will have the n number of data marts also. This could be one perspective. This different sizes of data marts. This could be one way. All these are data marts, for example. This one is a data mart. This one is a data mart. This one is a data mart. You know. On the other hand, try to understand. On the other hand, not necessary also. This particular data warehouse is organized, you know, with the several data marts. This is one concept. Data warehouse connect this like this. On the other hand, it's very simple. You don't have this concept. It's not organized. It is an enterprise data warehousing system. On the other hand, this one is the enterprise data warehousing system. So in this, what happens is, still, it is a data warehouse also. On the other hand, another requirement will be, you don't have a data warehouse, something called data warehouse. You directly have something called only data mart.
Okay. I got it.
You know, you got it right.
Okay, got
That's
it.
all. All qualifies as a OLAP system, sir. All qualifies as a OLAP systems.
Okay, got it, sir.
Yeah. So that's what it is, sir. So
Thank you, sir.
okay, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. And then I think see you tomorrow, sir. Again, we have a class tomorrow, right? I think after 1-2 classes, we will probably switch to only alternative days, sir. Because let me just cover a few more topics. Maybe after 1 or 2 days, we will switch to just alternatives. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Arun and Kamran. Yeah, sir. You call me, sir. I will find out, sir. Kamran, for your solution, I'm working on that. I'll come back to you
Okay.
in the WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Arun. Thank you.
Thank you.